Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Kottabos Space Program, where today we are in the latest update, 0.23, and I am very excited. I always love when a new update comes, because, well, it reminds us all that Squad is indeed actively developing the game. Now, I am sad about one thing, though. My clouds and city lights are gone. I probably could have left them in there and it probably would have been fine, but just to make sure that there weren't any conflicts with any new things, I wiped any and all mods that I had installed, at least for now. So let's jump into our career save and test out some of the fun new things in this new update. Now, the first thing is there's been a big overhaul of the science system. For one, it's less cheaty with just rerunning the same test over and over again. So they have changed that. Also, if we head into the science facility, we now have a science archive, which is very cool. It basically lists every bit of science you have ever gotten on any of your missions, and it's glorious. Now, it's also cool because you can split it out by crew reports, EVA reports. So if we click on that, it'll just bring up those EVAs. If we just want to look at the mystery goo, there we go. Or how about just stuff, turn that mystery goo off, just our landed reports. So all the stuff we got from being landed, all the stuff from splashdown, flying low, flying high, in space low, and in space high. It's all cool, and then you can even filter by biomes. So if we go on surface landed and Kerbin and click that, we can look at the reports for water, grass, any of that stuff, and you can, even click these things and it'll bring up this little report of it. It's all very nice. I love this edition because it lets you see where all of your science has been spent. And for me especially, I love that it splits it up into the planets and with their moons. So if you click Jewel, you got all the moons down there. And you can look at where all of your different bits and bobs of science that you have collected are at. It's a very cool addition, and I'm actually surprised that it recorded all of this from the last patch. I mean, this is all of my science that I've gathered thus far in the game, and so it already remembers that, oh, on so-and-so mission I did these things. So that is very, very cool. This is honestly probably one of my top 3 additions for this patch. I wouldn't say my favorite, because we'll get to my favorite here in a moment. But yeah, if we leave the Science Center and head into here, into the VAB, and just throw up a quick Stay Putnik. How I love the Stay Putnik. And go to the Science tab, we have this, which... Oh, part models requires an entry purchase in R&D. Oh no! Oh, why is it showing up there then? Hold on one moment. Let's jump back to R&D. I saw that when I jumped into the VAB earlier before starting the episode, and I'm wondering where... Ah, it must be that. Science Tech. So there we go. So yes, on this part of the tree, on space exploration, you now get the Mobile Processing Lab MPL-LG-2. The Mobile Processing Lab was developed to help increase the amount of science we're able to do in the field. Instead of needing to haul samples all the way back to Kerbin, the mobile lab will allow you to process these samples on site. This model is guaranteed to spontaneously combust less than previous models, and also has the equipment necessary to clean out and restore functionality to inoperable experiments. Now this is my number 2 favorite thing from this patch. One of the issues, if you collected rock samples and things like that, you had to bring them back to Kerbin for them to be counted as science for your career mode. But with this, you can now process them here, which makes off-world bases more usable, really. I mean, I haven't built any in career mode yet, but for people who like to build bases, it gives them more of a use. You can put these mobile processing labs on your base and send out crews in, little rovers all over the planet to go collect samples and bring them back to mobile processing, rather than having to take them all the way back to Kerbin. It gives actual incentive to building bases and not just building trips to come home every time, which is good for me because I rarely bring my Kerbals home. They tend to stay off-world. Oh, poor guys. But there we go. Yes, research that. Okay, that was an interesting little pop-out. Are there any other things that are... No, everything else is already there. Okay, so if we head back, and we're just going to send up a really quick, crappy little rocket in this one. Though, actually, let's actually start a new one. Because I do want a Kerbal to go up into space for this mission. And we're going to throw down... Oh, wow, that is big. That is much bigger than I thought it was. That is cool, though. I really like that. And I'm curious... It holds crew. Cool. So, hey, you know what? We're going to send up Bill and Bob with Jebediah on this one. And Jeb will pilot it in the crappy little capsule. Then they'll be sitting nice. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I hope they have an IVA for this one. The internal view. I really, really want that for this. Okay. So this is going to be our crappy little mission we're going to send up. Let's actually put a Science Junior on here as well. It would help if I didn't warp things into other things. And then... Oh, my rocket technology in this career mode save is still somewhat lacking. I actually don't know if I have... Oh, no, I do have the large decoupler. All right, let's throw that on. This is going to be a one-way mission, like most. So, yeah, okay, I've got that tank. Oh, honestly, I have no idea if this is actually going to make it into space. I do not have any of the large engines. Okay. I may have to rethink this plan. We may just do a terrestrial mission for now. Yeah, let's just do a terrestrial mission. Because this is just not going to go well otherwise. So yeah, I've still only been sending up... I haven't actually been playing as much as I would like on this career save. So I still only have mainly these small little capsules and rockets and things like that. Let's end that so Jebediah can get back up into the capsule after the fact. And let's just... yeah, launch this baby. Now, I want to demonstrate a couple of the cool things with the new update with this. And also, oh, no IVA. Oh, that's sad. I was hoping we'd have crew here and we could actually go in and see these guys. So, lab status, not enough crew. Oh, I forgot to... Wait, I picked Bill and Bob. Huh. Hold on one moment. Let's revert flight. Bear with me. And, alright, back here. Wait, what the? Yeah, I put Bill and Bob. They're there. Okay. Save. Launch. Interesting. I did put Bill and Bob in there, right? I'm pretty confident that I... Oh, they're not in. Okay, that is strange. It looks like we may have a bug in the game right now. Huh, alright, well let's get Jebediah out on... Whoop, I forgot to open the ladder. Oh, poor Jebediah. Oh, and I can't open the ladder now. Well, he's gonna grab onto there. Let's get him in the lab and see what we can do. Board. Cannot board a full... Oh, so... Wait, what? Oh, no, they're in there. Okay, I'm a little confused about this thing now. Extend the ladder. There we go. And wait for it. Whoop. Oh, why did you drop? Oh, this is not going as well as I had hoped for this. Yeah, I don't think he's going to climb over that ledge. I think he's just going to... Yep, he's going to flop. Okay. 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 Oh, man, I really... Sometimes I wonder about what I do on these missions. Okay, let's extend that ladder first. Now, I am intrigued. Okay, so we had a thing there. So we cannot IVA with the crew in the lab. That is disappointing. I really do hope that they add that in a future patch, because that's one of my favorite things is the IVA views. And having that on a mission would be a good thing. But we can get out Bill and Bob out of the ship, because I want to show off one of the cool things. This is what I was trying to do with Jebediah, and hoping that... Okay, we need to go... Oh, no, not time warp. There we go. That's the button I wanted. Let's get out Bob as well. Good job grabbing the ladder. Now, one of the things, additional part with the science, is these guys can take surface samples and EVA reports and also collect data from experiments. So if we take that surface sample there, good old one. Oh, I like these little bars. Excellent. Keep that data and write an EVA report. Keep that data. And if we go back over to, I think Bill here, he can take the data from Bob. So I can take both of those reports and take it back to the ship. So you could do a ship-to-ship science transfer. Like, say you have a science vessel on a planet and a space station in orbit. You can send up the samples to your space station that may have that processing lab, and they can just hand off the data between themselves. And they can also be done... Let's actually head back up to Jebediah here, have him go on EVA as well. Whoa, oh god, stay. Okay, I probably should have activated this. Okay, yeah. Let's get him back in the capsule. Grab. There we go. I'm still learning this update myself. And observe the bay. And we can... Okay, so we can process this in the lab, so we get 10% of its value here and now, or we can transmit the data back for 20%. So you still get a loss, but on things like soil samples from other planets, you either take a little bit of a loss or, you have to make it all the way back to Kerbin. But we'll keep that data. And I'm wondering if, as it said that you can also grab things from... Yes, there we go. So I can collect, with Jebediah, I can collect the data from this Science Junior, and removing the experiment data will render this module inoperable. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes, remove the data. Now that is inoperable, but because we have this lab, we should be able to fix that. So now Jebediah can take that, and he now has that information, and it was added to the launch pad. And yeah, now that we have... I think we may need to get that crew in there. Let's board. And just bring Bob in there as well. There we go. And board. Now, review stored data. There we go. Clean experiments. And that should now make that operable again. So it'll clean the experiment. It'll take time. We don't have enough charge because I didn't put any batteries on this, but it would fix that. So you can take the data with a Kerbal out of one of your science modules and move it to something else, and that will make that experiment inoperable, but then you then clean it with the processing lab. So that's how they've expanded the science system a bit here, which makes me happy. And if we go back to the vehicle assembly building to look at my favorite thing that they have added into this, and that is they have added more options to parts. as well as better descriptions. Now we'll go over the descriptions first. So as you can see, we've got whole new tooltips here. They're all updated. They've got the little rotating icon there of it with even a scale. You can see it says 1 meter tall. That's cool. I like that. And you'll get that for all the different bits and bobs, and you have all updated information on all of them. But more importantly, and my favorite part, let's actually make ourselves a crappy little rover real quick. And we'll do that. Oh yeah, this is going to be a real crappy rover. Hold on, let's put that there. And oh, you know what the heck, we'll just do that. It's gonna be a crappy rover, like I said. Just pop 2 wheels on it. Now here is my favorite thing. You now have options with different parts that you attach to the ship. So like on these wheels, we can have it so that when you launch the ship, the steering is locked, the motor is disabled, and you can even invert the steering. Now, I don't really care for that. That would actually drive me mental, I think. But the unlock steering and the enable motor are 2 things I always manually turn off when I'm launching rovers into space, because the motors especially suck down electrical charge. So now I can have it defaulted to motor off when you launch the ship. And that is... well, that honestly is my favorite thing on here. You can also right-click and get more information on different bits and bobs. Now, I'm curious as to what all does have these new things. So, yeah, that'll have the same one as any other wheels. Landing gear, you can have it start as deployed or not. So if you're launching something like, say, a shuttle into space, you could have the landing gear start retracted, as you can see there, and even the lights on or off and whatever you want, and then the standard wheel stuff. Lights, you can have them start as on. That is cool. Actually, let's grab a parachute just to see. Nope, it doesn't have anything. Oh, though, that is cool. It shows you the altitude at which it starts to work. That is wonderful, and the minimum pressure that it requires to work. I actually really like that information addition. That is very, very cool indeed. Now I'm assuming same with the landing legs, start retracted. Oh, now that is going to be very cool, because it is something, oh god, probably everyone I know who plays Kerbal Space Program has always done, and that's put the landing legs too high up so that your engines touch the ground before your landing legs do. Now you can have it, you can test to see if your legs will go past your lander by making them retracted. So we'll just put them right there. So now you know that's where you're going to land at. And then once you've figured that out, you can just retract them back up. And you can even lock their suspension, which is quite cool, so they won't, you know... I can actually imagine that being a bad thing, though. The suspension helps absorb the impact. I don't know why you'd want to turn that off. Huh. Solar panels, I am wondering... Nope, nothing on those. No, you can't seem to do anything with the solar panels, at least yet. And yeah, you just have a lot of different really cool options that I am excited about to test out with various ships that you make. Now, ooh, I'm not going to have it unlocked here in career mode, so what we're going to do now to show off the last major bit is we're actually going to leave career mode and go back to our regular save, as I want to take a look at a new engine addition that may help me quite a bit. One thing you all probably know if you've watched me for a while is that I am awful. Absolutely awful when it comes to space planes. But now there is a new engine. Here it is, the Rapier engine. Let's read the description here. The Rapier, reactive alternate propellant intelligent engine for rockets, is a joint venture between C7 Aerospace and Rocco Max Conglomerate, designed to fill a gap in the design requirements for sustainable single stage to orbit aircraft. This engine combines the best of rockets and air-breathing thrust technology. This thing is glorious. It is an engine that, while in atmosphere, can take in oxygen from air scoops and things like that. But once you get out to where the oxygen's too thin or you're in space, it will take in the oxidizer from your fuel tank. Now, this has been my biggest thing with space planes that always literally kills my Kerbals. I'm awful at gauging when to shut off my jet engines and switch over to rockets, so that my engines don't flare up and then my plane go into an uncontrollable spin, which always happens. So, I love this engine. This engine will take away that fear. It can take both air from the atmosphere as well as air from your oxidizer, or your oxidizer in your fuel, rather. So let's actually just plop it on here. Oh, and that's beautiful. Do we have options with that? Automatic switching, yes please. So you can either switch it between air breathing or closed cycle, so that's where it'll use the oxidizer in your tank. Or you can have it as automatic switching so that it does, it'll switch automatically between the two. Now, I really do like this new addition of being able to right-click these for more info. So, let's just build a really actually, you know what? Let's not even build a crappy little airplane. Let's grab the Ares 3A and replace its engine. Let's take this baby off and replace it with the Rapier. Oh, I can't wait to try this. And let's launch. I am intrigued as to how this baby will run. It may solve my issues of being awful with space planes. Or it could just make things worse. We'll have to see. Okay, let's put on the parking brake here and time accelerate so we can get into daylight here. Landing lights are beautiful and all, but still, I prefer to record in the light. There we are. Now that is on automatic switching. Excellent. Oh, that is another thing. You can have a thrust limiter. I forgot about this. You can drag this bar up and down to set a maximum thrust. So if you don't want your engines to go past 50%, you can put it down to 50%, and you cannot throttle above that. But for me, whoops, I want it all the way up. And let's do this. Oh, now that is just a cool-looking engine. That is just wonderful. And like I said, okay, I'm awful with planes. I'm awful with planes. Oh, God, okay, let's bring that. Okay, it is interesting. Okay, oh, God. Oh, that's why SAS was not on. And neither were fine-tuned controls. There we go, though. I'm happy with how this is running. The air intakes. Now, this does not have any oxidizer in these fuel tanks. It is purely just liquid fuel. So we're just gonna fly this thing, and it flies like any airplane would. I love the actual engine effect, though. That is very cool. And it is just taking in the things from the air intakes. Okay, there we go. And it is flying like a normal jet aircraft, though it does appear to be sucking up more fuel than a jet engine does. So that is good to remember. Actually, I'm an idiot. I was looking at the electrical charge, not the fuel. Though, actually, it does actually appear to be using more liquid fuel, though, as well. So let's revert flight back to the spaceplane hangar. Take a look at that real quick, actually. So that... I thought it said somewhere what it uses for the fuel. Maybe they changed that. Crash tolerance? No, that's not what I want. Huh. Oh, right mouse button for more info. There. Oh my God! Look at all that info. Okay, that is good. So that takes 0.0955 liquid fuel. And that, oh yeah, that does take more fuel. But like I said, it has the opportunity to use either oxidizer or air from air intake. Oh, though I didn't notice that. It uses less fuel on the air intake than it does when it's on the oxidizer. If you notice the square up at the top right, the engine with oxidizer, it uses 5.01 fuel and 6.12 oxidizer. But with the next square below it, it uses liquid fuel of 0.3 and air intake of 4.5. So when it's under the air intake, it's more fuel efficient than with the oxidizer. Huh. I like that. That is cool. So what I'm kind of tempted to take off these and put on something with oxidizer, but we already know that it will work with both. And you can, like I said, switch it here or change it to automatic, whatever it is that may be. But this could be a really cool engine. It could make it more viable for space planes to go to other planets. So if it's lower atmosphere environment, it could use the onboard oxidizer. Or if it's, yeah, it makes it a lot more versatile, and I really like that. And this baby right here is, well, one of my favorites. Though my favorite thing about this new update is the right-click on a part to modify it. I love that. But yes, this is the major points on the 0.23 update. Now, they did also do optimization and different things like that, which is always good to see. But yeah, my big points on this one that I really love are the additional science bits, that new mobile lab, this new Rapier engine, and most importantly to me, being able to modify stuff in here while you're building it, so you can like unlock steering and disable motors and all that sort of very, very cool options. I really like that, and I hope you all do too. But yes, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed, and of course that you enjoy this beautiful new update, and that you come back for the next episode where we'll be doing something. I don't know. I may actually send up something with that mobile lab. I'd love to put one of those mobile labs on the moon so I could collect all sorts of moon rocks and take them there to process. So we may do that. We may. Maybe. But I hope you come to find out. But until then, thank you for watching, my friends. And as always, have a good one.